Last episode, we made it official.
Catch anything?
Oh, yeah. So much. Oh, also, we're learning secrets. Yep. Said this
And that
as
was
a
how the
bedtime
princess
story.
lost her most precious treasure and her title. That was the story she read us that night.
Yeah.
God. It makes sense now.
Yeah. She got pregnant. And she ran away to start a new life. And then she made her way to Delos Crossing, where she was finally happy.
It was hard, but she was happy, and that's what matters.
Then the baby died.
Oh, right. Yeah, the tiara? Yeah. Forgot about that. Oops.
I can't
Sorry.
even imagine how she must have felt. She left everything behind. Built a whole new life for him. And then he was just gone.
Him?
I guess having us helped her move on. But when it looked like we were going to be taken away, she snapped.
Yeah. That usually happens with...
She just couldn't lose any more children.
Mm-hmm.
It really wasn't anything we did.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this.
I don't either.
It's
But
okay.
all I wanted was to understand what happened to her. And now I do.
Yeah. We still haven't seen what's in that chest.
But we could. I'm pretty sure we can.
Okay, so how do we open it?
I sort of want to look at all these other things first.
Why are these pictures from the Book of Goblins here?
I don't know.
Thanks. Very helpful.
We'll get to those later. Let's finish this one, okay?
Okay, well, it's pretty obvious. We started with this one, L. And then we went with this... Wait, no. We started with O. O. And then L. And then E. Ollie? Ollie?
The princess lost her most precious treasure. That's why it all happened.
I still can't wrap my head around it.
You know what? Maybe it's time we actually did this. I want to do it in order. Well, whatever order, I guess. Mad Hunter, Wise Princess, Pelican. So Mad Hunter's next.
The Mad Hunter, always on the princess's trail.
So this one.
The wise princess goes in the big wooden house, of course.
And the Poised Pelican.
That's the pious pelican spot. The Ice King goes in the forest, obviously. Back in your pond, Big Frog. There you go, stalwart moose.
Muskrat.
We'll let the mangy muskrat have his rock back. The very old beaver definitely goes in her den. The moon hag's gotta be imprisoned in her lake.
So this side's completely done.
Here,
Because of the
the
clouds.
secret keeper, hiding secrets in the clouds.
I really like that one. Secret Keeper,
The
the
old
bear,
bear's gotta be in his ice cave.
and you.
Gold Lady stays locked up in her castle.
And everything's in its place. Got an achievement. Nothing in particular happened, but I got an achievement.
Alright, should be easy enough.
Ollie. Okay, hold on. Colors. I just noticed that there's colors. Let's see. Wait, are the colors? The colors are! Okay, red is L. Oh, wait, what's next? Red is L, orange is E. Oh, Leo. Don't scratch your head, I got it. I'm big brain.
Alright, should be easy enough.
Lee. Oh.
Yes.
I can't believe I got that. I actually got it. There, she finally found happiness. The tiara broke.
Whoa.
Did it just get darker in here?
Yeah. I mean, it got a shade of blue. Blued? Did I say blued? Oh my god.
Ollie. She noticed.
Dear Allison and
How was her son?
Tyler, we write stories to understand and be understood. But what good is a story without a first act? I'm sorry I kept mine from you for so long. All my love, goblins. What do you mean she understood?
Why does she have a photo of that tree locked in here?
Is that?
I'm guessing that was
Leo
Leo.
Roman.
Oh my god, I'm getting choked up.
Why didn't she tell us about him?
Mm.
Why didn't she tell us any of it?
'Cause you're a child. You were
I mean,
children.
it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly. She would have told you now.
Allie, did we do the right thing opening this?
I definitely think so.
It's better we know what happened, even if it's hard.
Yeah.
There's one more thing we need to see.
Are you sure?
Really?
Yes.
Wait, what? One more thing.
Come on. Let's go to the dock.
Wait, but there was a
It's time to finish
handkerchief. Wait, there was a handkerchief! Or something. Hold on. Please. I wanted to see what
Hey,
this is.
Now that we're done with
Baby
the important
blanket.
stuff, maybe we can take a crack at these.
At those? Okay, hold on. Everything's in its place. That feels so good. So what did you mean? Did you think that this blue baby blanket was for you? I'm so confused. I'm not sure.
So young.
I'm not sure what part of this makes you think that she knew. That you... Okay, anyway, this one looks brighter, so I want to try this.
The crafty goblin's loot.
That's from The Princess and the Two Thieves. I drew the original.
And I distinctly remember drawing that cake, which is arguably the best part of that illustration.
Where's
All right,
the cake?
Picasso. And you probably remember what the goblins stole in that story, huh?
I don't... Oh, that's the cake! Okay, I don't actually know. Oh, okay, this is the part where... This is the part where... Where's the story? Two Thieves, this one, right? Oh, God, okay. More reading that we have to do. I'm sorry. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. The house was built from the strong wood of the forest, and it kept the princess warm and safe. The princess was not a native of the forest, but she never spoke about where she had come from, for it made her cry. She did not have many friends, but that was how she liked it. The forest was big and deep, and many paths led to her house, but not many visitors passed by. The princess was happy to be left alone in the big house in the deep forest. She knew that the forest would provide for her, but that its generosity had to be respected, so she only took what she needed. And for a long time, life was just fine for the princess in the big wooden house. One winter day, when snow blanketed the earth and ice bent the trees low, the wise princess realized that food was disappearing from her house. It was not much at first, only a few fruits, nuts, and eggs vanishing during the night. Maybe it's the birds, she said, or the mice. And for a time, the princess was okay with losing some food, for the winter was long and little creatures needed to eat too. But then small items started to disappear as well. Spoons and plates, forks and knives, and blankets. It was as if every time she was in one part of the house, something disappeared in another room. That can't be birds or mice, said the princess. I think I have a thief. Oh, sorry. So, spoons.
What if they took some spoons?
Fruits.
Maybe they took some of the princess's fruit?
Eggs.
I'm pretty sure they stole some eggs.
I didn't even have to finish the
That's it.
story. I sort of feel like I should, just because I started reading it already. Okay, well, let's finish it. So she went outside to look for traces of the snow and noises in the... Okay, I'm gonna just... Actually, I'm gonna just summarize it as I read through it. That's strange. Oh man, a thief. Things are disappearing. I'll make a cake. A big cake. With everything that I had left. I protect the cake. I locked it in the oven. But then, the cake's gone and she's sad. Oh. And then she found out... she found the goblins out because of the trail of flour. Okay, what's this?
I always wondered where that drawing went. She said it was her favorite, and then one day it just disappeared.
The prettiest princess. That's so cute. Your mom is such an artist, dude. And you guys are too. Okay, next one.
The old bear's gifts for the princess. I'm totally blanking on that story. What did he give her again?
Why don't we open up the book and check?
Probably not leaves. Okay, once upon a time in an ancient deep forest... I'm rushing, okay. Once upon a time, in the ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he got his paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, but then she screamed again, and he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, pronouns are hard. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of the tree, while a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. But when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help. With a great roar, the bear heaved onto its hind legs, rising to its full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the tree's tail between his legs. Okay, this can't be the story, so let me just move on. Okay, that can't be this. Oh, that can't be the story either. Whoops. Because every single time I do bring up the story, they actually talk about it. Or have a little voice line. Please tell me that I didn't get it wrong. Oh my god, this isn't. No. Okay, the old bear fell back down onto all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fearfully. You can come down, he said. How do I know you didn't save me just so you can eat me yourself? Asked the princess. I suppose this is a fair question, admitted the old bear. But I promise I won't eat you. The princess had no reason to trust the old bear, except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. Thank you, she told the old bear. Of course, he said. Can I walk with you back to your home? Of course, said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest, back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear. A fresh caught salmon, a handful of ripe berries, a newly bloomed bluebell, one spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path, the old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear... Okay. The old bear got feels. She was like, no thanks. I'm not looking for anyone. And then she brushed his hair and they were just great friends. One day, came out and was like, hey, I like you. And she's like, nah, you're just a friend, but like, thanks for all the work you've done. Can we still be friends? And they're like, sure. Yeah, we'll always be friends. But you know, they're not gonna be a thing, cause oopsie, sorry, Mr. Bear. Yeah, I think that's the story. Okay, so he got her. Are these berries?
Some roses, maybe?
No,
Actually, I'm not sure. Hazelnuts.
not hazelnuts.
Maybe
Where?
not.
Where? There, salmon.
Caught salmon. A handful of ripe berries.
Ripe berries, correct.
A newly bloomed bluebell.
Yes, correct.
Nice.
Easy.
Man, he had it bad. Just couldn't let go.
Is this a love note from Sam? Sorry for the note under the door like a prison inmate. You okay? I stopped by and rang a couple times this week, but you didn't answer. I could see the light in the hayloft, so I figured you were in, but didn't want to talk. I hope I didn't ruin everything. I know I probably came on kind of strong, but the thing is, I don't know how to talk to a woman like you. You are strong and kind, and you know so much, it's hard for me to know how to keep up. I guess all that went to my head. But I want you to know I got the message, and I'm gonna get out of your hair now, and it doesn't need to be any bad feelings. We can pass in the street and say hello or not, it's okay. P.S. I noticed your car was leaking, so I put some sealant in there. You might need to take it to the shop, though. Let me know if you want me to come with you, because sometimes these guys try to rip you off. If not, no big deal, Sam. Sam was nice. Sam was really nice. Man had it bad, though. Like, really down bad. Okay, which one's next? Let's go with this one, because this one seems brighter.
The crafty goblin's good deeds.
Of course. The goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well, what did they do?
You know, I don't really
Aw,
remember.
man! Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, there lived a pair of crafty goblins in a cave below a big wooden house. They lived with a wise princess who shared as much food with them as she was able, but it was never quite enough. This left the goblins hungry, very hungry, always hungry. One day, as they were out foraging for food, the pious pelican, the pelican, landed on a rock and dumped a whatever from her beak, which the goblins knew was magic and never emptied. There were king crabs in red, blue, gold, and scarlet, veiny blue shrimp, pink-shelled scallops, clams, purple shiny urchins, and even one prickly red sea cucumber. The food just kept coming. They watched as the pelican ate one clam and then took a nap. Do you think she would mind if we took just a little? Asked one goblin to the other. Her beak never empties. She wouldn't possibly miss a couple of crabs, said the second, licking her lips. They were agreed, and so they crept over, flitched some crabs, and ran. The goblins scarfed down the crabs, but when they finished, they found that they were still hungry. She won't miss a handful of shrimp, said one goblin to the other. The goblins scarfed the shrimp, but when they finished, they found that they were still hungry. Maybe also a few scallops, said one goblin to the other. The goblins scarfed the scallops, but when they were finished, they found that they were still hungry. So they went back for the clams, and then the urchins, and finally even the sea cucumber. Finally, they were not hungry, but there was also nothing left. Just then, the pelican woke up. What happened to my food? She asked. Unable to lie about it, the goblins confessed their crime. The pelican was dismayed, but she was a charitable, kind-hearted bird. I put kind, charitable-hearted bird. And she could tell the crafty goblins were growing little creatures. Goblins, said the pelican, I will share my food with you, but you must, in return, follow my example and be as generous with others as I am with you. Take that to heart, and I will have considered your debt paid. But we have nothing to give, said the goblins. You have your nimble hands, and your crafty brains, and your loving hearts, said the pelican. The crafty goblins realized how much they had to give, and for the rest of the day, they looked for ways to help the other creatures of the forest. They found the stalwart moose struggling with an itchy, hard-to-reach spot in his back, and so they climbed up and gave it a good scratching. Next, they helped the old bear, who could not get the honey out of a narrow beehive. They climbed up to the top of the tree with the hive and then dropped it, cracking it open. Finally, they found the princess crying over a loss that she would not speak about. So they wrapped their little arms around her in a great big hug and stayed until she felt better. When they were done, they returned to the pelican. Did it feel good being as generous as I am? Asked the pelican. It did, said the goblins. I'm glad, said the pelican. We all have problems that we can't solve on our own, but if everyone goes about with generosity in their hearts, then there is always someone on hand to help. But we all must commit to do so, and there may be no one there to help you when you need it. This made sense to the goblins, and they thanked the pelican for her food and lesson. Of course, by this time, they were hungry again, and that remained an ongoing problem until the day the stalwart moose taught them to fish. And that is another story. And that is how the pelican forgave the crafty goblins and how she taught them charity. So, first it was the moose.
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back.
And then they dropped the beehive.
They broke open the beehive for the bear.
And then they hugged.
They hugged the princess when she was crying. Nailed it. Our lives would have been so different if their friendship hadn't gone to shit.
The Pelican Crossing is a specialty gift bouquet located near Glacier Catering. Specialized in high-quality products. Pelican Crossing will be the first store to act as a relay between the buzzing arts and craft scene customers, in addition to a wide array of novelty handcrafted items. With Tessa and upcoming artist Marianne, the business plan is prepared to financing $20,000 to purchase an inventory and help cover expenses. Working on the executive summary part of our business plan. What do you think? It's a good business plan. A lot of money, though. But I totally get it. Last one.
Very old beaver's repair list.
That's the story where the princess's house gets damaged by a storm and the animals help her fix it.
Yeah. What did they do to fix it again?
She's gonna say, I don't know. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise... Yes, we know. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. It took the shingles on the roof and the planks in the walls. It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. The princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing, but it was badly damaged. The storm had blown shingles off the roof and planks off the walls, and even bent a post upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess, for though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Just then, the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble in the storm. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, "Stop, princess. Let me do that for you." "I'm happy to do it," said the princess. "But if you want to help with with the roof, you may." When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support post. "I could throw my body against it," said the old bear. "I am very large." He stretched up onto his hind legs. being sure the princess could appreciate how very large he was. Interesting. Then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but too far, and it ended up bending the other direction. The wise princess decided more precision was needed. She thought then of the very old beaver, who kept an excellently crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver and found the industrious animal hard at work, slapping down mud on part of her dam that had been blown apart in the storm. Most of the structure was unharmed because the beaver was very good at building things. The princess knew she had come to the right place. "Beaver," she said, "my house was damaged in the storm. Would you help me fix it?" "I believe I could do that, yes," said the very old beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den to follow the princess. The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. "It will be an easy fix," she said, and she set about riding the post with loud slaps of her tail. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. "Thank you, beaver," she said. "The wind blew the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I still have a home." "Think nothing of it," said the very old beaver, who returned to her work Okay, it was all good. And then the beaver got really ill. She couldn't fix her place. The princess found out and was like, "Here, let me help. I'm helping you." And then she's like, "It's okay, you helped me in the storm. I'm helping you now." Oh, and then the old beaver passed on. That's sad. Okay, well, fix that.
She fixed the roof shingles.
Shingles. Fix this.
She slapped the post with her tail to right it.
I don't remember what else. The windows?
She fixed the broken window. She fixed the planks that were blown off the walls. She turned the power back on.
Okay, no, not that.
Maybe
and not that.
Wait.
But that, yes.
All right.
Easy. Okay.
Damn. That must have been rough on Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Carol?
He
doesn't really like to talk about her.
Was Carol the old beaver? "Dear Marianne, you cover your ears every time I try to have this conversation with you, so I thought I'd have a better chance doing this in a letter. I know you don't like saying goodbye, so I'll keep my melancholic rambling short and sweet. I want to thank you with all my heart for taking care of me these past few months. I can't even imagine how exhausting it must have been for you to look after a sick old lady when you also have 2 small children at home. I know you want me to keep fighting this disease and hoping for a recovery, but it's always been a great strength of mine to know when it's time to let go. And that time has come. I'd like to ask you for one last favor. Please take care of Eddie after I'm gone. My poor boy puts on a brave front ever since his father died, but I know he's in pain. I would be so much more at peace, knowing he still has a family. Maybe he could teach the kids how to fish? He loves spending time with them. Thank you for the warmth and the peace you've brought to my life. Give the kids a kiss from me, won't you? Or will you?" Okay, well that answers questions. Okay, we got it all, huh? We did it, Allie. I loved this loft. This loft has been wonderful.
Really wanna go? You sure we've seen everything?
I feel like we have. Yeah, I definitely think that we have. Okay, hold on. Just because you asked
I
it.
guess we could stay a little longer if you think there's more to find.
Okay. We've done this. We've done that. I can examine this again. Yeah, we've done that. We finished this. I've already looked at this twice.
I wish she just explained all this to us.
Yeah, I think we're done. Let's just go.
You really want to go?
Yep.
You sure we've seen everything?
Yeah, let's go.
Either way, I'm ready for this to be over.
I mean, isn't
Me
this
too.
already technically over? I guess the only real mystery is just, like, who your dad was. It wasn't Sam. I really thought it could have been Sam just because, like, his hair color seemed really similar. Oh, you're going down there. Oh. Okay. We don't have to rush this. Okay, I guess we do.
What are we waiting for? I want to know who was here that night.
Okay. Okay.
Let's try and remember who Marianne was arguing with.
What are we even gonna do? What if he's not even around anymore? Oh god, yeah, this is hard. Okay. You guys did it.
Almost.
You guys can be okay.